Do you have a bucket list of places that you want to see before you die? I have made a few of these lists in my life. How about you? Let us take a ride to 10 places in the United States to see before you die. This is Stellar State Stats, where we rank the 50 United States using real data. Today, we are using travel data to find the best locations for your bucket list. When you look at the travel data, a clear problem emerges. Most people visit destinations at statistically suboptimal times. They see the Grand Canyon in August heat, or Alaska in frozen darkness, and miss the peak conditions that define a true bucket list experience. So we took a different approach. We analyzed seasonal metrics such as weather patterns, crowd density, and natural phenomenon probability. We then aligned our bucket list destinations with their ideal month to visit. The result is not just 10 states, it is a 12-month calendar engineered for maximum awe. This is a data-optimized travel plan, where every stop aligns with its peak statistical conditions. Let us start the year where the numbers guide us, to winter clarity and spring's awakening. The early months of the year offer a statistical advantage of fewer tourists, combined with seasonal conditions that actually enhance certain landscapes. We are targeting destinations where winter dryness or spring thaw creates the optimal experience. We start in January. Our analysis points to Waimea Canyon on the island of Kauai in Hawaii, known as the Grand Canyon of the Pacific. Waimea Canyon sees less rain in January than other parts of Kauai. This is not about guaranteed sun, but about maximizing your odds of clear views across those 3,000 feet of red and green cliffs. With many outlooks and trails throughout the canyon, you have many options for a crisp, panoramic experience. January also aligns with fewer visitors compared to spring and summer months, increasing the probability of unobstructed viewpoints at the key overlooks. In February, it's the Hawaiian island Maui. This is a pure numbers game. Peak humpback whale season. Over 10,000 whales migrate to the Hawaiian Islands to give birth. By February, their presence in the waters of Maui hits its zenith. Sightings are not just likely, they are statistically overwhelming. Tour operators report near 100% success rates for seeing humpbacks in February. You are not just hoping to see a spout, you are observing a massive biological congregation at its most active point. February also coincides with calmer winter swells on Maui's coast, which improves visibility and increases the frequency of close-range whale encounters. March brings a shift in temperature and light, and Sedona, Arizona enters its sweet spot. The average high temperatures are in the 60s and 70s, which is ideal for hiking. But beyond comfort, consider the sun's angle. The lower spring sun creates longer shadows and a warmer, more direct light on the red rock formations. This is not subjective. It is a photometric advantage. The contrast and depth in the landscape are quantitatively better than the harsh, flat light of a summer afternoon. March also comes before peak visitation, meaning less trail congestion and dust, which preserves clarity and color saturation in both views and photographs. As the calendar turns to April, our next stop is Bryce Canyon in Utah. The reasoning here is twofold. First, crowd flow metrics are lower than in the following months. April sits in that precious window after most snow has melted on the main trails, but before the summer visitor surge. Second, there is a correlation between the April snowmelt and the hoodoos, the famous tall, slender rock spires. The runoff brings moisture that darkens the iron-rich rock, intensifying the red and orange hues against any lingering snow patches. You are seeing the landscape at its most dynamically colorful point in the annual cycle. The pattern for these first 4 months is clear. We are using seasonal transitions to access grandeur without the crowds. But this strategy shifts as we move into summer. Now we leverage stable weather and long days for landscapes that demand them. In the late spring and the summer months, the longer days allow for more remote experiences. The data here prioritizes accessibility, safety, and the peak occurrence of specific natural conditions. Let's start with May at the Grand Canyon in Arizona. This is a play on thermal differentials. By late May, the South Rim has pleasant, hiking-friendly temperatures. But the critical data point is the temperature gap between the rim and the canyon floor. In August, that difference can be extreme and dangerous for a descent. In May, the temperature gradient is less severe, making a hike into the canyon a safer proposition. Add in typically clear skies in May, and you have the optimal window to comprehend the canyon's scale. For June, our analysis points to Lake Tahoe on the border between California and Nevada. This is a bonus location where you can visit two states at once. The key metrics are water clarity and temperature. By June, the lake's famous transparency, which can exceed 70 feet, is at its annual peak. Snowmelt has subsided, reducing runoff sediment, and the surface water temperature begins its climb towards swimmable conditions. But the real win is the visual payoff. You get these crystal clear blue waters framed by the Sierra Nevada peaks, which often still hold their snowcaps. It is the shortest annual window where both conditions reliably overlap. In July, it is time to visit Hawaii Volcanoes National Park on the Big Island of Hawaii. The Kona side of the island sees its lowest chance of rain during summer. This matters for volcanic viewing. Clearer skies mean better visibility of plume conditions at the volcano crater. More importantly, at night, drier air offers much better clarity for seeing the glow of molten rock. Volcanic gas also disperses more easily with summer trade winds, improving the overall experience. You are aligning your visit with the period of maximum observable volcanic activity. We round out summer in August on the Great Lakes in Michigan, specifically Michigan's Pictured Rocks, or Sleeping Bear Dunes. The water temperature in August is ideal. The lakes, especially Lake Superior and Lake Michigan, are glacial basins. They hit their annual maximum temperature in late August. This transforms the experience. Those famous Caribbean blue hues you see in photographs are a function of calm conditions and sun angle reflecting off warmer, settled water. By August, those stunning, clear, and swimmable conditions are at their absolute peak. Summer gives us scale and spectacle through environmental stability. But as the year winds down, the opportunities change again. The next destinations aren't about sheer size, but about capturing unique atmospheric and celestial events that are themselves dictated by the calendar. Our travel data guides us toward events where the season itself creates the phenomenon. This isn't just about pleasant weather. It is about aligning with statistically predictable windows for atmospheric or cultural displays you cannot see any other time. Start in September in the far north of Alaska, aiming for the Northern Lights. The choice is a statistical balance between two opposing curves: geomagnetic activity and tolerable weather. Aurora activity increases around the fall equinox. At the same time, September in places like Fairbanks brings nighttime temperatures that are cold, but not yet the deep freeze of winter. You are finding the sweet spot in the annual data, where celestial activity is high and weather conditions are favorable. Shift to October by visiting Acadia National Park in Maine. In October, it will feel like stepping into a postcard that somehow came to life. The air is crisp, and the park's rugged coastline is framed by peak fall colors in shades of red, orange, and gold. The Cadillac Mountain becomes a must-visit as the granite peaks glow at sunrise, often with a light coastal mist drifting in from the Atlantic. The contrast of fiery foliage against deep blue ocean views is something you do not really get anywhere else in the country. Wildlife activity picks up as the season shifts, adding to the sense that the park is alive and changing. Acadia National Park in October is the kind of place that makes you want to slow down, breathe deep, and remember the trip long after you leave. Then for November, the data points south to Key West, Florida. November marks the start of the dry season in Key West. Humidity falls compared to the summer months, the sky is clear, and the ocean becomes exceptionally calm. There is one more critical number: fewer tourists in November. December brings the holiday spike. November, therefore, represents the statistical optimum, because you get near-perfect subtropical weather just before the largest crowd surge of the year. The experience includes clear, tranquil days and vibrant sunsets without the peak season density. For December, the data points to a single, overwhelming urban experience. New York City at Christmas. This is not a natural wonder. It is a cultural phenomenon with a massive coordinated output of Christmas lights, displays, and markets. Here the crowd is part of the phenomenon. The high density of people contributes to the energy and the spectacle. From late November through December, the number of people in Midtown Manhattan, specifically around Rockefeller Center, Fifth Avenue, and Bryant Park, reaches an annual maximum that is orders of magnitude higher than at other times. You are placing yourself at the epicenter of a planned Christmas experience. The connection across all 12 stops on this bucket list is not just geography. It is strategic timing based on our travel data analytics. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments which state's data shocked you the most. For more data-driven state rankings that look beyond the headlines, subscribe to Stellar State Stats.